Supreme love, grand rising. And we rise at a high level here. Slow mode is on. Send a message. Everything. Let me send this message off real quick. How y'all doing out there in the universe? Much love. What's good? What's good? Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. What's good, fam? Hey, I'm all over the place right now. Continue loyalty all the day. Hey, how y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? Hope all is well. Everything is good. Haven't been on YouTube for a minute. Kind of just taking a break. All right. Wanted to talk today. Listen to some great, beautiful young men out there. Brother Youssef on YouTube. All right. Just coming back. He had a little vacation stuff, which I probably he needed. I tell you, I need take time away from YouTube as quick as much as you can. Um, but he expanded on some things that we a lot of for the young folks to come aware of dance. If we notice how dance is coming back and it's coming in its beautiful form where that we're getting more artful and more back to in our days in the 80s and stuff when breaking and getting on the ground and twisting and it's becoming more a beautiful art form. Dance is one of the tools that um, is highly looked upon in the heaven realms and the universe and is a tool mechanism that a lot of us are not aware of, basically. That's what I'm trying to get to. The importance of it or even the strength of it. The body being in motion, the body being in rhythm with its alignment with the soul, with the heart, with the mind, the wavering understanding, sends out a vibration, sends out an energy, and brings in an energy uh, that scientists even trying to figure out still. You know what I'm saying? How music is so instrumental to the body and to the soul and to our psyche. All right. So, Brother Yusuf expanded on how in our history of time, how we, our ancestors or in our past have used dance to, many of us know, like rain and bringing crops. And basically, when it was starting off, it was used to permeate to the gods um, for the seasons to come, i.e., crops, i.e., birth, bringing in life. So you knowing these things by doing these rituals and signifying that what was to come, bringing, honoring, celebrating life, celebrating the abundance that was given, things like that. So dance was a source of communication, right? High source of communication, right? Communicating whether you wanted to bring something in, receive, or like we're talking about celebrating and acknowledging to the Most High or to whichever layer levels of gods that at the time that was previous to man and woman at that time. So dance still today is a lost form of understanding and communication. Um, we thoroughly use it to communicate with each other, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? You can see through dance certain emotions or what gestures and things like that, what somebody wants or body language you call, right? So if we are able to, and that also how we use it, you going, you thinking, clubbing and stuff like that, and things. A lot of people get in their imagination of I go to the club and most high don't look on that, or guys don't like, they showing that. Nah, they love you at the club and little dance. They love it. Done in the proper understanding, in the proper, just you bring the spirits in anyway. Even when you get, hypnotic with with our alcohol or marijuana, whatever, we bring in those spirits anyway. Who you think made them? God. See how this works? So it's how you look at, how you view it. I'm not sitting up here saying a drunk dancing around, da da da, is looked on God and God saying, oh yeah, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the act within the act brings upon a spirit. That spirit liked you doing what you was doing. See what I'm talking about? So whether it be a demonic spirit, good spirit, whatever, it wants to jump inside you because it enjoys what you're doing, the act you're doing. See what I'm talking about? That spirit, though, itself is what? Created by who? The universe, the Almighty. See what I'm saying? It's just a balance, a correlation. All right. Now, what that person does and with that spirit and everything else that's something that's totally different. You know what I'm saying? Use it for good or bad, hunching on the pole, whatever, twerking with they back out, whatever, that's on that, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But we still have to recognize that the bigger picture of the aesthetic of it still comes from a source. So, but the main point of it is our dancing, our act. Brother, you said it, and I like how you said that the act, because when you're dancing, you're performing, right? When you're singing, you're performing. Um, Whether you're doing for validation or for whatever reason, it's outside of you. You know what I'm saying? So you're creating a vibration, a frequency that vibrates within the universe. The the awareness that one can give to themselves, knowing that they are putting on a performance when you're in tune to your awareness, not for the flesh that see you daily, but for the spirit in the realm that you speak to and say, thank you, Almighty, for giving me this day, sees you daily in your operation. Because truly that's what we came down here for, is to act in this body. Right? Because if we didn't want to perform in this body, then we wouldn't be here. See what I'm talking about? So in this body, you perform. He's right. You're acting. Didn't ever correlate the acting, but in theory, yeah, because um, it's a form of communication. Once again, it goes back to communication. Beautiful way you put that. So just expanding on that. Moving, a lot of moving parts. Just like I said, trying to fix things up, media wise. I was all over the place. I had 15,000 Facebooks and this, that, and all that. I'm trying to just get everything freshened up. All right, so bear with me. We're still working on establishing the desired counseling type company I want to be involved in with other great leaders and things that's doing great things out there. And, that time's coming. I feel that in the heart is understanding that. Thank you, Miss P. Understood that from Lillian that we mirrored each other. So what you was talking about. So understood that yeah, we on both sides going through the same type thing. So we're good. We keep going balanced. Just hoping that we stay abreast in what we do and understand that there's a mission that all of us got to endure. And to endure that mission, we have to properly be around the folks that and people that understand what it takes to fulfill that mission. And my biggest if anybody has been rocking with me and would ask, what is he all about and things like that, my biggest component in it would be loyalty. That's it. That's all I ask for. Just loyalty. You ain't gotta love me, like me, respect me. Because when loyalty comes in, all them components will add up. But loyalty and respect, what I'm saying? So respect the vision, loyalty to it, and we'll grow to um, bound at levels that we wouldn't even be able to comprehend. So we're in a great position. Feel good about it. Um, Getting my own stuff together straight. You know what I'm saying? So to allow me to go outside the box and do great things. All right. Um, Been tapping into that music pretty nice. You know what I'm saying? We'll continue with it. Um, it's permeating. It's opening eyes. It's opening ears. It's opening the mind. That's all we wanted. Just open the mind. Um, Hear a lot of people saying, giving me suggestions and things like that. Things will happen as time goes on. Just making sure the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, you know what I'm saying? And everything that at this point in time, as I move forward, serves me and instead of serving other people, because as you've been with me for about a year now, um, understanding that, yeah, Sean's been overextending, overstretching himself and really catering to himself, and that's okay. That's all right, because I always knew, my time come. You know what I'm saying? When you're somebody like myself and you just, it's your natural flow. You know what I'm saying? You're okay with accepting your seasons and accepting what's come to you. And if it don't come to you, then ensuring that you have the capabilities that Almighty gave to you to permeate that yourself, bring that to yourself. All right. So we learning. Thank everybody out there. Thank our spiritual family, man. Oh man, y'all so beautiful out there. We're gonna do some beautiful things. Yeah, in touch. So to the one, keep your head up. Um, One ain't worried about nothing over here, so don't worry about nothing over there. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can't do nothing but love over here, man. Because everything else, hatred, evil, jealousy, and envy, uh, nose in the air, bougie, all that, ain't gonna serve you. You don't get nobody like me nowhere. Because I'm a people person, so I need people to gravitate me to me just as much as I gravitate to them. Because it's energy, all right? But it got to be the right energy. Understand that? So I'll say this again to every and all. Um, I apologize so wholeheartedly to if I feel the folks in my energy, I feel them coming around me and stuff like that, wanting to get to know or trying to break that ice with me. If if it doesn't happen or if I don't um, have that natural uh, openness that I used to have, forgive me for that. But that's just me protecting myself because I understand that, you know, well, now that you've let yourself out and known and the door is open, Pandora's box is open. You have to be more um, aware that there's just as much as there's people out there who want to love on you, want to show you the appreciation of what you can do, have, or whatever. There's just as much people that want to throw hurt you, demonize you, discredit you, and things like that. So, one must got to be aware, and I'm sure anybody that follows me will understand that. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I appreciate that, but I'm here for us. Speak about the issues, be conscious, speak about the things going forward. I'm the spark plug. All right. In no means can I sit up here and tell you or anybody that I know it all because I don't. All right. Um, and still learning, love to learn. But I'm the spark plug that comes to correct the balance, bring the balance, understand the balance, feel the balance, and balance. All right. Lead those who lead us to those who are the intelligence, those who are that have the understanding and teachings and supreme understandings. People like Minister of Minister of Information. All right, you go down there in my playlist. I got even Minister Information on my playlist, and that young man out there bringing out. I've listened to 3 lectures of his, and he's right on, spot on. All right, some things are parallel with, and some things are new, fresh, and some things just reviewing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this is about. Because young folks, these young men, I told my son, I said, you're the ones that's going to master the teaching and master the understanding. Right now, the sparks and the ones who understand that this mastering of this will equate to um, a better nation, better children coming out, a better generation. Because these generation of kids who are coming out at 1 years old, coming out as soon as they turn one, they're they're talking, walking, and stuff like that. I watched a 1 year old just 2 days, 3 days ago, and 1 years old talking, and just she was just staring at me. Watch this. I apologize for that once again. The child was so beautiful. I automatically thought it was a female, but it was a boy. Dad was like, boy, you know, he real nice. And I was like, oh, sorry about that. I say, man, child is beautiful, Lord. And that's just what Almighty doing right now. All right, bringing these seeds in high level, high level, man. So we have to Godship ourselves and get ourselves in position to bring these lovely babies in and nurture them the right way. That's it. That's all you know. Keep it simple. Ain't no, it's not gonna be hard. Promise. All right. So much love. Affirmation if y'all need one out there. Um, love on yourself, man. Go hard. Find your purpose. Get your purpose. How do you find your purpose? You gotta go within. All right. There ain't no rocket scientist. Go within. Find your purpose. We always think our purpose out here to be and live for everybody else and live for somebody else. And I can sit up here and tell you, at one point I thought, people pleasing and stuff like that. People call it people pleasing. And I just call it being good to people, man, because in my younger life, I was terrible. I was terrible. So I had to just flip the coin and say, I'm balanced. You know what I'm saying? I knew I was terrible. Got punished for them terrible deeds and stuff like that. Got the wisdom from a matriarch, queen, a goddess who seen through my terribleness and said, that's not really you. Showed me how to, balance myself in some ways or forms. But just a man, just turned around and, terrible within, the monstrous and just menace to society at one time. Um, a womanizer, sexual predator at one time, and learn, and then get to a point where you're like, okay, all right, I get it. I get it. All right. So then trying to balance the second chapter or sixth chapter because I've been married 5 times, so I'm going for six. Yeah, it's gonna be right though. I'm taking this one to the grave. Promise that. Hey, so much love to you. Hey, hope you're having a beautiful day. But find your purpose. Once you find your purpose, live in. Let's go. I see so many people out there doing it. You know what I'm saying? Loving it, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But please check out my cat minister of information because he said some profound things. He's talking about the Christ like and the Jesus like. I continue to say, in no ways or forms will I ever equate myself to Jesus or Christ. In my theory and understanding, I believe we all carry the traits of Jesus and Christ, and that's just being elevated to a high level of consciousness that we don't allow the savagery, beastie that we know we can do easily and manipulate and envy, jealousy, the things we always talk about. We don't allow them to take over us if we continue to praise to Almighty and lean on the source Almighty, whether it be he, she, whatever you choose, using the vehicles, which are our religions that we have created down here so that we can communicate with the Most High in our best form and using them and not, demonstrizing or defaming each, mine's the best, our religion the best, they're predicated for that individual, that person, that culture, that human being that chooses that way of communicating with God. That's how we look at it. I'm saying so on a spiritual level, understanding that our ancestors still evolve around us, our spiritual family and everything, their past comes forward with us to push us to a better realm line. At some point, some of us have been reincarnated to come back and as many times to come back and do it again, put the work in. That's what I feel. That's what I know. Uh, I'll always come to you. A lot of things that I talk about. I apologize that I don't say my opinion or based on this, whatever. I'll try my best to correlate this because I get it. The auspicious of people thinking, yeah, what's the true factor, and where's your receipts and things like that. When you're in your spiritual realm, you walk on, you walk, man. All right, we didn't come down here with no books and stuff like that. So for me, it's a hard pill to follow. To have a book under my arm and trying to guide myself daily through the book. Either I know it, I don't. But one thing I know, and we all know, is that you know better, you do better. So we was taught from a branch that taught us the roots and foundations of principles, values, morals, and things like that. So um, I continue to seem to want to feel and think and understand that if you're over 40 years old in this world today, you know better. You've been taught. You've been taught from that house, that household, your mother and father, aunts, uncles, and stuff to know better and do better. So to sit there and lie and say you don't and know how to get within a book or get within a system that's going to teach you how to be a better human being right now, that's not an excuse. It's just not. These young folks have an excuse because the torch didn't get passed to them. The proper torch didn't get passed to them. But us older folks, we ain't got no excuse. Right? Especially if we on here looking at videos and stuff like that, and you making the excuses you just hit the phone, make that mother flip back to you and mirror it back to you and say, man, if I can do all this and use the technology to look at somebody else and watch somebody else motivate, encourage, and want to be a better person and want to use themselves as an example, the trials and tribulations they've been through, whether it be bad, good, ugly, then shoot, I need to figure this out. And that's what a lot of us are trying to do. All right. So we keep working, we keep pushing for a better world, uncomplex world, opening up with each other, continue to tell each other, ask each other, reach out to somebody who's known, who want to get the same color as you. You know what I'm saying? Reach out, communicate with people that are different from you. All right. All right. You get to understand it because once we get to understanding each other, then man, we can die down all the hatred, anger, and stuff like that because we'll find out, man, behind closed doors, we the same. Might just do things differently and things like that, but we the same. We operate in the same little raggedy paradigm. All right. Love y'all so much, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I continue to say that because many don't understand that without some of this, some of us, man, wouldn't be here talking to each other. Hmm. I had a thought process last night, slept pretty good that you realize if what would you have done if you didn't have this to lean on, if you didn't open your channel and have a venting platform? Because for me, it's venting. Getting stuff off my chest, off my shoulders, making sure that I can go on about my day, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't have that, what would you have? Especially knowing what you know that not too many people like you, care about you, think you weird. I love y'all, man. Keep pushing. Apply the pressure.